Well, folks, on the heels of the Week of Legend lore reveal officially of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we have more news regarding Curriculum of Chaos, the Magic the Gathering Strixhaven crossover event that's coming out later this year in November. So even though I thought it was going to be a reveal given to us during the week with all of these other news drops that's planned by Wizards of the Coast, several news article websites like comicbook.com and Polygon have additional news regarding Strixhaven, including some art which looks to have an owl folk involved, and apparently the insider news that an Unearthed Arcana will be dropping tomorrow, containing more information. My name is Ted, and this is Nerd Immersion. If you like to see this kind of coverage, where I go through and do all of the snooping for you to find what kind of news and things exist out there, distill it down into a short or shortish video format, and provide it all to you, consider subscribing to the channel and turning your notifications on, as I do try to stay on top of things as fast as they come out. And that's the best way to stay up to date if you don't feel like reading through these articles, or also don't particularly like the news outlets that provide these articles. Also, someone in the comments had referenced that they think I should get a jingle that I can play similar to a news breaking update style thing that several TV shows, Sports Center and otherwise have news outlets. And I think that that would be a great idea. So I'll put it out there to the internet. If one of you has the capability to design music jingles for a Nerd Immersion breaking news segment, or know someone who does, leave it in the comments. Let's get that set up, as it seems like I'm doing news videos multiple times a day now. So let's dive into the articles, which, by the way, will be linked in the video description. So first up, we have the Polygon article here, which says Strixhaven's coming later this year, and it says Wizards of the Coast senior designer Amanda Heyman will be the story lead. Now, that's important because we talked about this on the Wizards of the Coast roadmap of who they are and what they do by Ray Winninger earlier in the year, and we referenced it in the last video. That later in the year, Chris will return with our big summer adventure, which we now know to be The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. James Wyatt will deliver a substantially improved version of a concept I had initiated myself, which we don't know what that is. And Amanda Heyman will close us out with a project that was jointly conceived by herself and several other studio members. Now, Amanda Heyman said she would close us out, which makes me think that this Amanda Heyman thing, this Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos, is the last D&D 5e release we will get this year. Why else would you use the term close us out? So that means that Chris Perkins is going to be providing us the big summer adventure, which I doubt is coming in July. So we think the adventure that we already know that's coming, because it's designed to be an adventure specifically, should be The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, coming in September. But then this one with James Wyatt here will deliver a substantially improved version of a concept I initiated myself. Well, the Chris Perkins adventure, if it is indeed The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, comes out in September, and we know the Curriculum of Chaos comes out in November. So could there be a third unannounced book that we don't know about coming out in October? Is there some super secret thing that'll be launching in July or August that no one knows about? I feel like if you were going to talk about them in order like this, starting with a summer adventure and closing us out, then that would, in theory, mean this one by James Wyatt would be in the middle, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So it talks a little bit about it here, coming on November 16th, but we'll get a preview as soon as June 8th, meaning tomorrow. It talks about Strixhaven School of Mages. Instead, it feels like an attempt to give the original collectible card game a new narrative focus. Strixhaven poses a lot of interesting questions about magic. Fans will be able to preview some of the rules for character creation on June 8th. That's when publisher Wizards of the Coast will debut new playtest materials titled Unearthed Arcana, Mages of Strixhaven. Fans can try those rules out and submit feedback that will ultimately impact the final version of the book. It's just the latest in a long line of similar crossovers. I talked about the Plane Shift articles and then Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. They just also completely left out Mythic Odysseys of Theros, but anyway, it talks about the crossover there. So there's a bigger article here, a bigger piece of art here though. But see this? This is an owl folk. So there's the potential that the owl folk will be included in the Strixhaven adventure, even though they were in the Folk of the Feywild Unearthed Arcana. I don't think there's much more to pull from this article here on comicbook.com, but we'll just take a quick look. They reference that this, as well as the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, will be discussed further at the D&D Live event on the 16th and the 17th. It is the third D&D campaign setting for Magic the Gathering. That makes sense. The Unearthed Arcana will be out tomorrow, called Mages of Strixhaven. Set to release on November 2020 or November 21st of 2021. So there you go. So there you have it, folks. We got a little bit more news. I don't know if that art that we saw will be the cover art. It looks like it possibly could be, or it could just be a full page spread art somewhere in the book. But it's interesting. It has the owl folk. Now, I would think that that means the owl folk will be in this book, although I guess it could be some weird thing where we know they exist because we got them in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and then it shows up in here. Also, I don't know if you saw, but I really like that the one wizard has like a bandolier of different wands. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about this stuff. It's interesting that Wizards of the Coast is planning to do specific news drops every day this week, but we had Amazon leaks. Then immediately after their first reveal, we get news articles providing us more information, including the fact that we'll be getting an Unearthed Arcana tomorrow, which obviously you can expect that I will be doing a full review of that Unearthed Arcana, whatever Mages of Strixhaven brings to us. Also, some folks have made me aware that apparently on Thursday, Critical Role will be making some announcement at 9 a.m. Pacific time, the exact same time as Wizards of the Coast will be making their news update for the week of Legend lore. Could there be a correlation there, or we'll get some more combination crossovers, collaborations from Critical Role and Wizards of the Coast? It is entirely possible. It seems almost too perfect for them both to be announcing something on the same day at the same time when they are both Pacific Coast or Pacific time based organizations. But I'll leave that up for you to decide, but rest assured, I'll be here to cover it when it comes out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.